Hey there, I'm Nick Phelps, Principal Architect for GreenPages and Logix One. Here today to talk to you about SDN and SDN readiness, if you will, in your environment. So obviously, if you read other blogs or watch other videos, I'm heavily into the SDN space, spend a lot of time doing a lot of research and writing on the topic. And something that often comes up between VMware NSX and Cisco ACI and some of these other kind of SDN sort of network virtualization type solutions is, the topic first on people's minds is, which way am I going to go? Which one's right for me? Am I going to go with NSX? Am I going to go with ACI? Am I going to go with a combination of the two? And I want to kind of pull the conversation back a little bit, unravel it, and look at what's really important behind that and what it really takes to get you into either one of those solutions. Before you think about ACI and before you get into the weeds about infrastructure automation versus network virtualization and network function virtualization, what you really have to understand is that to adopt any of these technologies, there's an obscene amount of back-end work that goes into getting any of these things to happen. Think about it like this. If you're going to automate something, you need to have that, whatever you're automating. It's been like this forever, and when we're automating anything, you need to understand at a very, very intricate level the whatever you're trying to automate, right? So let's just say you're trying to put in micro-segmentation, and that's what you're looking at ACI or NSX to do, is micro-segmenting your environment. Really hot topic right now, right? So I'd say 8 out of 10 of the conversations I have around either of these solutions revolve around micro-segmentation. So let's think about it for a minute. Think about your application team, and you have whatever it might be, anything from SharePoint to Exchange to SAP. There's front-end systems, there's web servers, application servers, database servers, and they all have communications that happen between them, right? So they all have dependencies on one another. So right now, walk into your application team's room and ask them to give you every single application dependency for, pick an application, SAP. Tell them that you're going to put up a wall between every single system in your environment, and you're not going to let them talk to each other anymore unless they prove to you that they need to. I guarantee you 98%, no matter how large your company is, 98% of the companies out there cannot provide you with that documentation and cannot produce that documentation to a consultant that would be there to implement any of these technologies. So, I go back to the beginning. Before you consider any of these technologies, look at your application and understand that before adopting any of these solutions, you're going to have an understanding of your infrastructure and the systems involved in that infrastructure at a level that you've never had to understand them before. Is that a bad thing? No, it's not a bad thing. It's really good to have that documentation, that understanding, to know that application server A needs to talk on these ports to web server B, and web server needs to talk to this database server on the back end. That's important stuff to understand. Is it negative in the sense that it's going to slow down your adoption of these technologies? Sure, but now you have a reason to do it. You have a reason to understand these applications. You have a reason to understand the communications between them. And then if you do that now, even before you're considering adopting SDN, your adoption of these technologies is going to be that much easier. One other point I'll add is that we've been through multiple workshops helping people digest and understand their environments at this level and helping them understand the application flows that go into these. And so if you're curious on how that process works, what the best way to go about it is, maybe just get some insight as to how other people in the market have done this in order to help them adopt these technologies. Give us a call. Let's start the conversation. Let's start it early and let's start it often. Let's figure these things out so you're well prepared to be able to adopt the technology that's going to move you into the SDN era. Thanks for watching, and make sure to check out our other videos on GreenPages blog at blog.greenpages.com. Thanks again.